Hi, I'm Beth Ham, and All Free Crochet has asked me to show you how to do the Tunisian or Afghan simple stitch. It's also known as the Tunisian knit stitch. So let's get started. What you're going to need is an Afghan hook. An Afghan hook is one of these long crochet hooks without a thumb grip and has a knob on the end. Now, if you already have a crow hook, which is one of these hooks that have a hook on both ends, you can use one of those as well. I'm using this wooden one. It is a size N or 9mm wooden crochet hook, and I'm going to use soft worsted weight yarn. And the reason I'm doing that with using the lighter weight yarn with such a big hook is so that my piece will lay flat. And this is a very heavy fabric, so if you use the finer yarn, it's a little bit more supple. So I'm going to show you how to do this simple stitch. What you're going to need to do first of all is make a slip knot. And use your favorite method for making a slip knot. I'll just kind of wrap it over my fingers and then I scoop my middle finger down and catch it up. Sometimes I'll use the crochet hook and do it that way. Whatever your favorite way of making a slip knot is. Now I'm going to make my 10 stitches wide, so I need to chain 10. So I'm going to pause it here and you chain 10. Okay, I've chained 10 chains. And what we're going to do is, normally when you single crochet across a row, you go in the second chain from the hook, which would be that one. But this time we're going to go in this first chain. And to do that, you turn the chain over and you go into that bump on the back of the hook. So you take your hook and you poke it under the back bump of your chain like so. Catch your yarn and draw up the loop. Now we're going to do that again in the next chain. Poke the hook under that back bump, draw up a loop. One more time. Poke it in the back bump and draw up a loop. You do this all the way across your row of chain. So I'm going to pause it here and do that across my chain, and you do the same. Okay, I've done this across the row, and you should have 11 loops on your hook, which is correct. The stitches fall between these vertical bars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This will result in 10 stitches. So what we're going to do now for the second half of our row is we're going to yarn over our hook and draw it through that first loop. And then shove it back up onto the shaft of your hook. This keeps your stitches loose. Then you yarn over and draw through 2. Yarn over, draw through 2. Yarn over, draw through 2. All the way across the row. Okay. And we've done this all the way across the row. Now you see that you have these vertical bars. Those are where we're going to pull up our loops for the next row. You skip this vertical bar here. You go into the second one and draw up a loop. Draw up a loop. Just like so. And you do this all the way across the row until you get to the last vertical bar. That's where we do something different. So I'm almost there, and I'm going to show you what we do that's different. And I've made the mistake of not doing this and ended up with holes in the edge of my fabric. So it's important to remember to do this. And what this is, what I'm referring to, is when you go under this vertical bar, you go under the loop that's behind it as well. So you go under 2 loops back there and you draw up a loop. And you should still have 11 loops on your hook. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Which is really 10 stitches because this first loop doesn't count as a stitch. You count between them as your stitches. Okay? And you repeat the same thing. Draw through one loop, then through two, turn over, draw through two, all the way across the row. And you repeat doing this until it's the length you desire. And this is how you do the simple stitch in Tunisian crochet. I want to thank allfreecrochet.com for sponsoring this video. For more free video tutorials, free patterns, and tips, visit www.allfreecrochet.com.